Hey, it's Medium Jenny Lee. I'm here with something a little different, and it's going to be part of the story time playlist. My previous story time video was me reading some of my poetry from my self-published poetry book, which I will put the link for that if you're interested in it in the description box. But I spent some time this weekend, this past weekend, cleaning my child's room. And when I went to put some books away in her bookcase, I found this book that my mom had bought for my girls because both of them like rocks. And I just recorded the gemstone unboxing video for July, so it seems appropriate that I should spend a little time doing a storytime video with you all of this really cool book, and I think that you guys will enjoy it. So I'm going to switch my screen over so you can see the book better. And this book is called Everybody Needs a Rock. It's a children's book, but we're all children at heart, and especially if you're into all this woo-woo stuff, you can definitely feel more like a kid sometimes. So here we go. It's by Byrd Baylor. What a fun name that is. With pictures by Peter Parnall. Really cool artwork in here too, by the way. So settle in, get yourself comfy cozy. If you're in bed and this is going to be your bedtime story, I hope that it lulls you to sleep. Everybody needs a rock. It's published by from Aladdin Paperbacks. See, image almost looks like the moon coming up over the hill, but maybe it's a big rock. Copyright originally is from 1974. That makes sense. And the first Aladdin paperback edition was 1985. So, big old rock in the middle there. And it's dedicated to Jessie. This is Jessie's book. I hope Jessie enjoyed his or her book. All right, here we go. Everybody needs a rock. I'm sorry for kids who don't have a rock for a friend. I'm sorry for kids who have only tricycles, bicycles, horses, elephants, goldfish, three-room playhouses, fire engines, wind-up dragons, and things like that. They don't have a rock for a friend. This rock's shaped like an elephant. Or maybe it's supposed to be the elephant that is in the description of the child who has an elephant. That's why I'm giving them my own 10 rules for finding a rock. Not just any rock. I mean a special rock that you find yourself and keep as long as you can, maybe forever. That image is a little bit scary. The eye of the child. But she's looking for rocks. If somebody says, "What's so special about that rock?" don't even tell them. I don't. Nobody is supposed to know what's special about another person's rock. All right, here are the rules. Here's all these little faces glaring at the kid that thinks the rock is super cool. Have you ever felt that way before? The weirdo kid nobody understands. If you're here with me, you probably have. Rule number 1. If you can go to a mountain made of nothing but 100 million small, shiny, beautiful, roundish rocks. But if you can't, any place will do, even an alley, even a sandy road. There she is, looking for a rock. Rule number 2. When you're looking at rocks, don't let mothers or fathers or sisters or brothers or even best friends talk to you. You should choose a rock when everything is quiet. Don't let dogs bark at you or bees buzz at you. But if they do, don't worry. The worst thing you can do is go rock hunting when you're worried. This is good advice, people. Don't overthink things. Don't be stressed out and worried. Be quiet and meditative so you'll know what rock is best for you. Or any other situation in life that may or may not involve rocks. Rule number 3. Bend over. More. Even more. You may have to sit on the ground with your head touching the earth. You have to look at a rock right in the eye. Otherwise, don't blame me if you can't find a good one. Look at her. Her eye is like right up on that little rock. Rule number 4. Don't get a rock that's too big. You'll always be sorry. It won't fit your hand right, and it won't fit in your pocket. A rock as big as an apple is too big, and a rock as big as a horse is much too big. Excellent advice. We do not need any horse-sized rocks. How are you going to carry it? Rule number 5. Don't choose a rock that's too small. It will only be easy to lose, or a mouse might try to eat it thinking that it's a seed. Believe me, that happened to a boy in the state of Arizona. The little mouse. I don't think mice will eat rocks, but you know. Good advice not to get one that's too small, because you definitely will lose it. Rule number 6. The size must be perfect. It has to feel easy in your hand. When you close your fingers over it, it has to feel jumpy in your pocket when you run. Some people touch a rock 1,000 times a day. There aren't many things that feel as good as a rock if the rock is perfect. I completely agree. Gotta feel good in your hand. A good weight, a good size. Rule number 7. Look for the perfect color. That could be a sort of pinkish gray with bits of silvery shine in it. Some rocks that look brown are really other colors, but you only see them when you squint or when the sun is right. Another way to see colors is to dip your rock in a clear mountain spring, if one is passing by. Testing the rock out in the water. So pass some light through it or wash it off and see what it truly looks like. Rule number 8. The shape of the rock is up to you. There is a girl in Alaska who only likes flat rocks. Don't ask me why. I like them lumpy. The thing is to remember about shapes is, any rock looks good with 100 other rocks around it on a hill. But if your rock is going to be special, it should look good by itself in the bathtub. Who's putting their rocks in the bathtub? Here's the drain. Have you guys ever put your rocks in the bathtub? Is this a thing that I do not know about? Let me know in the comments. You put your rocks in the bathtub. Rule number 9. Always sniff a rock. Rocks have their own smells. Some kids can tell by sniffing whether a rock came from the middle of the earth or from an ocean or from a mountain where wind and sun touched it every day for 1,000,000 years. You'll find out that grown-ups can't tell these things. Too bad for them. They just can't smell as well as kids can. I love this illustration here. It's the girl's face, but it's also the landscape with the sun or the moon and the trees and the rocks. Beautiful. Rule number 10. Don't ask anybody to help you choose. I've seen a lizard pick one rock out of a desert full of rocks and go sit there alone. I've seen a snail pass up 20 rocks and spend all day getting to the one it wanted. You have to make up your own mind. You'll know. There's the lizard. The cute little cactus. Is there a snail on here too? I don't see the snail. But we got the lizard. This is excellent advice. Not just about rock picking. You have to make up your own mind. You'll know. Listen to your intuition. All right, that's 10 rules. If you think of any more, write them down yourself. I'm going out to play a game that takes just me and one rock to play. I happen to have a rock here in my hand. I think I read this book to my littlest child, and I don't think she really got it. Nor did she like it, because we never read it again. Sorry, Grandma. But I love it. So yeah, this book has got really good advice in it. That the author may or may not have intended for us to think about other than just as rocks. I have a feeling they did. Good advice in here. And for all of you rock hounds out there, I hope you enjoyed this book. Found something in it that spoke to you. This has been Story Time with Medium Jenny Lee. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. This was just so much fun. We need more story time. I think adults need to listen to stories too, not just for kids. So, I hope that you enjoyed Everybody Needs a Rock by Byrd Baylor, illustrated by Peter Parnell. And that's it for me for tonight. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.